Hi guys, how are you? How art thou? How are you doing? It's Abby October. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about Notion again. I'm going to say again because there's going to be a lot of Notion videos. Today we're going to be talking about how I content plan in Notion. This has been requested since the first time I put this on my story on Instagram. You should follow me on Instagram. And I literally put all of my video ideas, my content plans, links from brands I want to work with, everything, my talking points, my content pillars. The whole lot is stored in Notion. As a content creator, it is so hard to keep on top of the posts, the links, the clicks, the things we're supposed to mention, talking points, when posts are going out. And a lot of creators do this alongside jobs, alongside side hustles. This is one of many. Being an influencer can be very taxing, admin-wise. And I just really want to encourage creators and influencers and anybody under the creative bracket, take your side hustle seriously and treat it like a job. I used to be an account manager. I used to do this exact thing for work. And so I'm just going to basically teach you how to organize yourself as a creator, how to manage your own content, how to report to brand. No. Inside my Notion page, I have my content pods, and these are the topics I decide to talk about on each platform related to obviously my brand. So within YouTube, I have my top content pillars, which are self-development, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle. Developing and setting your top 3 content pillars will help you hone down your niche, which is another video we're going to be talking about. But it also gives you a little bit of structure towards your content. And even if you are talking about multiple things, you can actually somehow keep it all cohesive and together and make it make sense for your brand. So inside these content pillars, I just have a toggle on Notion, which is my favorite thing because you have all these drop downs. And I have a short description of what self-development on my content looks like and key topics that I'm going to talk about within this pillar. And I have the same for entrepreneurship and the same with lifestyle. So you'll see later on when it comes to how I plan my content, this will help you decide what video fits into which area, which piece of content fits into which niche, and which pieces of content your creators are enjoying the most out of your given brand. I also have it slightly similar for Instagram, except it will be a little bit different on each platform, as I have here entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and fashion, because as you know, Instagram may be trying to become a video content app, but it's all about the aesthetics. So Instagram is going to be the output of what I talk about on YouTube, and those are my content pillars, and this helps me decide this works for me, this doesn't, this brand is in line with my brand and this isn't, this post is going to look very random on my page compared to this isn't. It's all dependent on your content pillars. So once I've established my content pods at the top and I know exactly what my brand is and exactly what I'm going to be talking about and, who I am on the internet, we then go down to the schedule section. And one of my favorite things about Notion is each one of these elements can have multiple views. So here I have a calendar view and I have a board view, which is actually my progress board. So each of these ideas have tags, either idea, planned, in production, edited, and scheduled, which you can also see on the calendar. This board helps me visualize what needs doing. So if I have 3 videos in edited, which is not true, that means these videos are ready for post-production, they're ready for description boxes, thumbnails, titles, they just need to be put out. And most likely those will be very quickly moved from edited to scheduled. If you see on the calendar view version, you can see all the ones that are edited and the little tabs underneath that let you know which idea stage is where. This kind of just gives me an overall template of where I'm going to put my YouTube videos. You can also place your Instagram posts in here as well. However, I don't plan my Instagram this thoroughly just because I do like it to look a little bit more lifestyle. And I'm not trying to be a content creator on Instagram specifically. My Instagram is kind of more like, this is my life. There you go, vibes. So I don't necessarily plan all of my posts. I may take some pictures ahead of time, but I definitely don't strategically plan what is going where. I used to when I had all of my aesthetic themes and color vibes, and it's very tedious. I'll be talking about how to plan Instagram in a much less time-consuming way, but I've added an Instagram template here, so you can see, you could add all of your stuff. You could add your stories, your reels, your TikToks, everything. If you want to hyperplan and just have all of it here. So technically for each day, you should be able to come and be like, okay, this is the 7th. On the 7th, this content video needs to be posted, and right now it's in production, which it is because I'm filming for you guys. Once I get off of here and I start editing, I'll move it along, and that is how I kind of move along my progress with the videos and keep an eye on what's where. And also, if you have specific sponsored videos that need to be out on a specific day, you can plan these and schedule these ahead of time. Inside of these video tabs is actually a template I got from Niklas Christl here on YouTube. So I've adapted it slightly for kind of the content I make, because he makes very cinematic video content, so like shot lists and angles and FPS is all important to him, but I don't necessarily make that type of content, so I've adapted it more for what I use. So as you can see, there is the due date, there's the tags which are in production planned as you saw earlier. This also dictates where on the progress board it ends up, and this all happens automatically, which is wonderful. Property, I've just decided I've put this as which platform the video is going on. Especially if you're doing content creation, a lot of the videos you make may be going on various platforms or multiple platforms. So I've just added which platform is expecting this content here. I've also added whether it's sponsored or not. If it was sponsored, I would have a whole nother drop down information of everything else that we need added. And in my niche, these are the content pillars that I spoke about earlier. So this particular video of planning my content in Notion falls into entrepreneurship. It's not self-development, it's not lifestyle. This is part of my job. This is part of my, working entrepreneur life. So this is where that category falls into. Now, if I start making 10 Notion videos in a row, and I can see that for the last 10 videos have all been in the entrepreneur section, now I know I need to start switching it up and drop a few lifestyle or self-development videos in it, just to keep things up in the mix. And this is kind of where the tags and the niches will really help you out. So here I've just got title ideas, thumbnail ideas, and sponsorship information. This is all from Niklas's template, but this is super crucial. Having a good title and a good thumbnail on YouTube is everything. So having a couple options, or maybe having a few fleshed out ideas for what you want it to look like if you don't have a kind of set YouTube thumbnail, is really ideal. The two key things that I want to add here that are absolute gems that he's given us in this template is the editing checklist and the publishing checklist. Personally, he said this also in his video, I don't really use an editing checklist just because I generally know what I want my video to look like before I filmed it. That's just kind of how my brain works. So I don't really need the steps of the breakdown of how I need to edit or where things need to be uploaded. I'm kind of very used to this. However, I have left it here for new beginners who maybe have A-roll or B-roll or assets, or just things that you need to remember to export. However, the publishing checklist is crucial. This is going to help you remember titles, thumbnails, end cards, music, monetization steps, repurposing, sharing to other platforms. Literally everything that you could need to push your video as far as possible will be on the publishing checklist. And if you kind of have the videos that are heavy kind of informational videos and have a lot of notes and stats, you may want to have a video script or research that you've done for your video. So if you had any statistics that you need added, or you had a particular list of things that you had to say, maybe given to you by a brand or your talking points, this is where you would add it all in. Having this on hand for very informational videos is crucial. Talking off the top of your head, you either have to know what you're talking about 1000%, and just secondly, be very good in front of a camera. I make my videos off the top of my head, but even I make bullet points. So your script may be full on scripted. My script might literally just be scribbles. However it works for you, and however you're going to remember what it is that you have to say, and try and get it in as few takes as possible, because honestly, editing is tedious. Also, again, depending if you have several cuts in some of your videos, I know for the future I'm going to. So I've added my particular rolls, which is standard, which is how I film now, which is just kind of me at home. B-roll is for when I'm out and about. I do a lot of screen recordings. I'm going to show you a lot about organization. So I'm going to have multiple screen recordings that need to be added into my videos. And I'm starting to learn to use After Effects. So animation is something that I'm going to try and start using more and more. So these will be the elements that will be added into my content. And I've changed these slightly from the template, but these are what work for me. I've also added talking points and location of where this is going to be filmed, because whether you're filming it yourself or outside or on the go or as part of a vlog, there will always be a location. And if you have somewhere specific in mind, it's always great just to note that down. So when you come to do this video, you know that this has to be done outside of the house. You may need some assistance, and you can plan ahead of time for that. Additionally, I've kind of added a quick Instagram template here as well, because I know a lot of people are going to be creating content on Instagram. I know that this is a little bit different, but I have a reference photo section. So I take a lot of reference from other people's photos. I might see a location, or I might see a particular pose, or I want to recreate a post. I will drop all of the reference photos in here. I'll then do a shot list. Because I personally post a lot of photo dumps, and some of them are planned and some of them are not. But if there's a shot list for carousels that you guys want to post in the future, having a shot list is crucial. So when you're out either on your own shooting photography or working with a photographer, you know, I want a face one, I want a profile, I want an angle, I want details, and you know. So when you get back home and you get back to the editing stage, there is nothing worse than needing a picture and not having it, or needing an angle from a particular video and not having it. So deciding what you're going to need first and having it all written down is just, wow. And also, I quickly want to go over the content ideas board. And this is kind of just where I keep my rough ideas. If I have something on the go that I just want to, quickly mention, I put it in my YouTube videos post. And as you can see, I have these same content pillars in my YouTube ideas so that I can tell which videos are filling under which post. So my lifestyle video was going to be the least. I already knew that, and I was okay with that on my channel. There will not be loads and loads of lifestyle videos on this channel. It's very much about business. So I know that entrepreneurship is clearly my main category. Then comes self-development. And then if you guys are interested in my actual life, there may be a few vlogs. But I am well aware of what my content is. Every time I have an idea, I can put it into each one of these sections and really, really tailor what my content is about. So there's a consistent brand and message throughout. We're going to make so many videos about having a consistent brand and what that means and how important that is. But for now, just organizing your ideas into different categories that are already relating to your brand will really, really help you narrow down what you should even be creating, what you don't need to be creating, and areas where you can add value and give extra information that your followers may not necessarily have known. So, wow, once again, I've waffled and talked and rattled, but this is an overview of how I organize my content, how I stay on top of things, and yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope you got as many tips from that as you could. I'm going to teach you guys more steps on how to manage yourself as a creator, how to keep yourself organized, how to appeal to brands, how to communicate with brands. It's all coming. It's all going to be in the future, and a lot of it, I'm sorry, will be on Notion. So you might as well just sign up for Notion now. The link will be in the description. The templates will be in the description. All of my details to come and stalk my profiles will be in the description. And yeah, I'm just here to help you guys influence correctly. It's like any job. It's like strategic positioning. Strategic positioning for creators. Do you think if you just stand there, the brand will find you? Some of you guys need to shoot your shot with these brands, but you don't want to because you're scared. Why? Hello. Strategic positioning 2022.